first carry for Thomas Rawls. He finds an opening past the 40. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big gain there on the first play of the game. 51 yards. So the run moves the chains, and here we go on first down. Here's Wilson. This complete to Lockett. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
They'll try to run with Rawls. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. And he had a nice play there from his free safety position to hold him to nothing.
And, Brandon, remember when the free safety was always back away from the line of scrimmage?
That's changed.
That changed in a big way. The way we see it now, they're almost mirrors between the free safety and the strong safety. One will be up, one will be back, or sometimes both will be in the same spot. On that play, the free safety was there, no gain.
So second and goal here from the 9. Again, it's Rawls. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a third and goal. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's third and goal. Now it's Wilson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And it's a fumble, and the Packers pick it up. One back, a fumble return for a Green Bay touchdown. On is Mason Crosby for the point after. And it's good to make it 7-0 Packers. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. The Seahawks heading out, and for them, 5 straight years of double-digit victories and a playoff berth. They've had their run of the NFC West and probably likely the favorites this season as well.
I would agree with that. The counter-culture Seahawks, because the way they evaluate is for their system, for their franchise, for their culture. Much more so than whether a guy fits everything that you're looking for to check off a box. Quarterback, he's supposed to be too short. He's one of the best in the game. When they went in free agency this year and got Eddie Lacy, everyone else wanted Eddie Lacy to lose weight. They said, we still want him big because we want him to break some tackles. Flip it over to defense, they get after you. Simple schemes, but they tune it up and play it at a high level. They expect to get back to a Super Bowl.
Now a play fake here on first down. Airing one deep for Curse. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary have really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to them.
17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. So here we go, first and 10 now. Wilson. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Again, Wilson. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jermaine Kearse, 41 yards. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Now the return. Here comes Randall Cobb. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Now a carry for the veteran. This is D'Angelo Williams. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
K.J. Wright just keeps getting better at outside linebacker. Long, lengthy guy, can rush the passer, can drop into coverage. Has great agility, though, to stay on his feet and make tackles, too.
And still has years ahead of him. Turned 27 in July, native of Olive Branch, Mississippi. Now Rodgers throwing on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. What can't Aaron Rodgers do? The legwork there getting him the first.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Again, it's Williams. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And he's got Bennett. The 20. 10, 5, and he is down deep into Seattle territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Have you gotten used to seeing Martellus Bennett in number 80? I mean, he's been number 88 his entire career, right?
And how about that? The fans selecting his jersey number.
Yeah, that was his idea. He put that out there on social media and said, here are a few choices. What should I wear? And he went with what the fans picked. Over 100,000 people weighed in.
No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He'll buy some time right. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 5 yards that time on the completion. And now it's 3rd and goal.
Sometimes, occasionally, Randall Cobb somewhat gets taken for granted about his abilities with Green Bay, doesn't he?
With the number into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. So from one end zone all all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
This is taken at his 4. The Packers making their way out, and again for them, feels like they're the team to beat in the NFC North. They've won that division 5 of the last 6 years, and Aaron Rodgers just feel like he has at least another Super Bowl left in the tank, maybe, right?
I would say so, and I think there's probably some frustration that he hasn't gotten back to the Super Bowl after winning that one against Pittsburgh, because one of the top quarterbacks in the NFL, prime of his career, you don't want to waste that opportunity. And they came close last year going to the NFC Championship game. They want to take the next step. They have it all there in front of them. They know that they tend to rule that division. Now can they make that one last big jump in the NFC and get back to a Super Bowl?
And he completes it to Jordan Nelson. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. A good pickup there at 20 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Rodgers looking to throw on 3rd and 2. It's caught. Nelson. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Red zone opportunity. From the gun, it's Rodgers. Forced out to his left. And he checks this one down to Williams. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Everyone has their strengths, able to move to their right or their left, being able to throw the football. So that means you've got to work on both because you never know which way you're going to get flushed by pressure. In this situation, able to escape to his left and make...
Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. Steps away to his left. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And oh, he coughed it up, and the Seahawks have recovered. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The drive begins with a run by Rawls. Oh, he's got a little daylight. There goes Thomas Rawls. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Thomas Rawls, 94 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. And Charles, after an injury-plagued season a year ago, nice to see him get back into the end zone here in week 1.
You know as well as I do, chomping at the bit. I mean, all off season, wanting to get back in form, get back on the field, show that production that he had previously, and getting into the end zone, that's a big statement for him.
It's got to be just like a breath of fresh air. Like, here we go, last year behind me, let's move forward.
Good point. Shed it and move on.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10:20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
319! 319! Go, 319!
On first down, Rodgers. He's got a man complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And that one results in 35 yards. They go play action here on first down. Caught left side, Bennett. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion. On second down, Williams.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Rodgers now on first down. It's caught here by Adams. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 7 yards to pick up on the pitch and catch.
I know Devontae Adams really developed in 2016 as a receiver for Green Bay. I think he had plenty of incentive because when Aaron Rodgers breaks contain, gets out of the pocket, anything.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. D'Angelo Williams, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. And, oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. Crosby on now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the play?
There goes Thomas Rawls. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Thomas Rawls, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's picked up. A live ball here, remember. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. He's at the 30, the 20, 10, 5, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. On play action, Rodgers. Flushed out right. And some room to maneuver. And he goes out of bounds across the 40-yard line. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Mike Bennett in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. On second down, here's Rodgers. Eluding the pressure right. And the pressure gets to him again. Cliff Averill in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Rodgers now, after the sack, he'll lead the pack up on 3rd and long. A play fake to Montgomery. Now Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. So the D-line's going to spread out. They start on the ground with Rawls. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. So nothing there, but maybe you blame that on the blocking.
Yeah, at some point, you've got to win at the point of attack. And on that play, that was all the defense. They made it happen.
A fake to Rawls. Now it's Wilson. Going up top. And that's caught inside the 35. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 84 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. The first update from Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. That one now a 2-touchdown advantage for the Panthers. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Third punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. Hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times.
There goes D'Angelo Williams. Past the 20, 10. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. D'Angelo Williams, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. And they'll get set here looking for the 2-point conversion. They'll look to run for him with Williams. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Defensively, certainly not fooled there. Play started at the 2, and he was tackled at the 2.
That has to feel good for them. Not happy about having given up the touchdown, but stopping the 2-point conversion gives them a little bit of a lift as they head to the bench.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And some changes here as the D-line separates some. Now Wilson on first down. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Now a guy who's been a Raider his entire career. This is Marcel Reese. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Around the NFL, we've got a second quarter score. And the Panthers looking pretty good. Their lead growing even further. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. First down, this is Rawls. Finding room inside the 40, 30, 10. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Thomas Rawls on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now the Packers get set to go. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. That pick six extending this lead even further. And boy, it's been a while since I've seen a team struggle this badly in the first half.
I think all they want to do is get to the locker room, try and regroup, and come out to start the third quarter. But if things don't improve fast then, I think the backups get a lot of play in the second half.
And the lead will grow by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Cliff Averill in there to pick up his second sack now of the afternoon. Rodgers to throw on second down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Adams. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Flush to his right. Looking deep for Bennett. And that's caught inside the 35. That goes as a gain of 36 on third down. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like. Like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Throwing is Rodgers on third down. And now nothing but green ahead of him. The 40, 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. This game really becoming a one-sided affair. Pick six there. It's in danger of being over before halftime.
And that's going to be a major league test for both of these teams because, look, you feel like you've got this thing locked up, right? But on the other side, in the other locker room, it's going to be a test of pride now. Forget speeches, forget adjustments. What kind of pride do they have to start the second half?
Around the NFL, second quarter in Santa Clara. And the Panthers looking pretty good. Their lead growing even further. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. This is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive, and we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too, and they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that's going to make it third down and 10. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
The play clock's running down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. 5 yards left for the offense. It's second down. Here comes the D swarming to the line. Now it's Wilson. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away. Turned into a nice play. From
the gun on third down. Wilson. And able to find Graham. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on third. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Now a play fake here on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Dan Williams able to swap him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's second and long. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This complete to Lockett. A big hit. Knocked down sideways at the 16. It'll be a gain of 16 for number 16. And now the offense operates in the red zone.
Hey, we got tight left. Watch tight end. Watch tight end. Key him. Key the tight end.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Doug Baldwin, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Seahawks are running away with this one. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Williams. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Not much happening there on first down.
Thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
You never count the Packers out with Rodgers leading them, but the largest deficit they've come back from in team history is 23 points. And they need to top that number here. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. Give him 3 on the play. And just like that, it's third down. Here's Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs. Final minute now of the third quarter. They'll need to get the play off quickly. They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now Rodgers throwing on second down. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Wildcat look. Here's Rawls. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, it's all about pace and tempo now for them. They've got the advantage, so I'm going to put musical terms for you. You don't want to go prestissimo. That's too quick, too lively, right? But you also don't want to slow it down too much. You don't want to go lento. What you really want to be is moderato. Nice and even, nice and steady, get those gains, and close out the game.
I think that chicken parm from last night's gone to your head. This run defense was a weakness last year toward the bottom of the league, and early returns not good here this year.
And that's too bad because you and I both know that when you have something that's a weak...
Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Demarius Randall. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe. Now they get a fourth-quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Rodgers now on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I...
There goes Thomas Rawls. He's at the 50. He's at the 40, the 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Thomas Rawls, 99 yards. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. Now, this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane.
And now here is another interception. A great read, and it's picked off. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. Might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little game. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Jordy Nelson, 52 yards. And his guys are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. And they make the score a little bit more respectable here in our final quarter of play. Crosby on now to kick it away. The Seattle now ready to march onto the field. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Here's Wilson. Throw left side complete. That's Baldwin. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14. And no press coverage here. They are backing off in the secondary. In motion is the tight end, Graham. Off the fake to Lacey, here's Wilson. He's going to air one out. And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. And give him a gain of 37. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Wilson will throw again. Looking for Baldwin, intercepted. Picked off by Devon House. And he's into the clear. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
They are on to the 4th quarter now, by the way, in Santa Clara. And the Panthers, they're starting to pull away in that one. A win would be their first of the young season. Wilson to give to Rawls. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. They go again with Rawls. Runs through the contact. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Jimmy Graham had a really tough injury in 2015 that ended his season, but what a bounce back in 2016. How do you not get any votes for comeback player of the year?
I was just going to ask you that. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Jake Ryan in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. The Seahawks on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Lacey, and he'll get it down here to the 43. And now the Packers going to take another timeout. That'll be their second, so one more chance to stop the clock here, and we'll be back. Here's John Ryan now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. It'll be called just a 22-yard punt, certainly not what he wanted. And it'll be Packer football here, first down and 10. They are on to the fourth quarter now, by the way, in Santa Clara. And the Panthers looking pretty good. Their lead growing even further. Rodgers going to throw. And my goodness, another interception. Read it well, and it's picked. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
Ah, you're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski, okay? Oski was an interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a three-syllable word. Yeah. You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Oski. They go play action here on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they using? It's Oski. And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say it.